Hi, good morning. Corey Thorne, psychic medium, spiritual healer, and life coach. I'm coming in to do a channeled message for the week of May the 24th, 25th. Yeah, 24th, 25th into June the 2nd is what it feels like. No, June the 3rd, into June the 3rd. And it feels like kind of specific details. It feels like it's about being kind of looking at life in a new perspective. So this is a channeled message that is based on the messages I am receiving from all over. That's been happening all morning for me. It seems like it's just been a flow of all over the place. We have a lot happening right now. And if you're finding yourself in the energy that I just can't sit and stay focused and I need to get things done and there's so much for me to get done and not everything is happening, know that you are not alone. It's all over the place. And if your emotions have been all over the place, we have been floating in the waters. We have been kind of floating in the, like getting on one of those floaties and floating down the river. And it's like, oh God, I like this part. I don't like this part. I'm bored. I'm having fun. I'm all of that. And it's like, we have everything happening. So if you're finding yourself in that emotional time, we've just come through emotional Pisces energy. We're just coming through Cancer energies. Like Cancer is in the, and I'm not an astrologer, but this is the way I'm picking up, is that whole Pisces and even though it's not their season, it is the energy that's here. It feels like it's in the planets. So it's aligning into the houses, into these astrological houses and things that are happening. I just see everything is spinning like this. And it's like, God, why did we speed up? Why can't we just kind of slow down a little bit? But we're not here to go backwards, right? We're here to go forward, and it's always about forward momentum, forward movement. So as long as you're doing something that's in the forward movement, and so if everything is not happening as quickly as you would like for it to happen, know that it is okay. Don't be frustrated with yourself. And this feels like blah, blah, blah. Like I just can't get everything out. It's like there's so much happening. And as I was describing to a friend this morning, it's how we look at things in our perspective. And I was describing, how we're going to look at so much as if you look at a triangle, is it a triangle or is it a square? It's that perspective, and you rise above and you look down. So go into your higher self and look down. Go into that higher, step into if you find yourself in that energy of, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, or I'm all over the place. It's like, step into the higher self. Go into the 8th, 9th, 10th chakra area. Go expand yourself into that aura. Think of how big your aura is, how many dimensions we live in, and how big our world really is. Get out of that one-dimensional thinking that you feel is limiting you and holding you back. And it's really about right now, it's thinking beyond that, moving beyond that. And we're moving into a whole, I think this new moon goes into a Gemini. And it's like, that's like that whole having that two personality, that twin part of us, but there's a logical side and there's a side that just wants to go have fun and not knowing which direction to take the fun side. Look at life a little bit differently. Be willing to think more than one dimensional. Look at the world beyond is what I'm picking up. See your life beyond what's facing you or what you can see with your human eyes. Move beyond that energy. Move beyond what's right in front of your eyes is what I'm getting. And it's time to think of life in a bigger, bolder way. And it's like, as I look around my room, I'm like, oh God, I should have did this before, and I should have cleaned up, and I didn't move my board, and I didn't clean it off, and it's like, who cares? Who gives a rat's ass? As long as you have things decluttered, as long as you have things in place, everything else will show itself. What you need to see, what you need to know, what you need to grow from, what's already planted, everything is going to start to show its way and its way into your life. If you step into a beginner mind, if you step into that sense of kind of letting go of the control in all areas of your life, and just knowing that when you let go of control, you see the world in a much bigger way, in a much stronger way. And so letting go of control means that we're stepping out of this human shell so much, and we're going into our higher consciousness, into that higher way of thinking, that bigger areas of life. What is beyond this? And there's more to life than this. And so if you get frustrated with your partners, if you're getting frustrated with your friends, it's not them. It has nothing to do with them. Don't take it out on them. It's not their fault. It's not their doing. I'm sorry. I'm very sick, so I'm going to sneeze. Maybe I'm not. No. Maybe it's going to pass. Okay. See? Childlike. Act like a kid. Blowing your nose on a screen. So it's like, don't blame everything on everybody else. This is not their doing. This is what's inside of you. It's your others. It's the other sides of you. It's the other parts of you. It's those pieces of us that we don't want to face that are our reality. Not everything about us is a great quality, and not everything about us is what everyone else is going to like, but it's a part of us. And recognize that we can laugh at those other parts of us, or that we can accept them for what they are. Don't like it too bad. It is what it is. I'm sorry. I've tried long enough to not be it or to not have it, and to not, to try to be something else. Like if you're someone who's very outspoken, you're just going to choose your words wisely, but doesn't mean you need to stop being outspoken. You're being outspoken for a reason, because you're walking ahead you're not walking ahead, we walk with everybody, but you're walking a different direction than the rest of the pack. And so you're always thinking that little bit ahead. So you are in that that other dimensional thinking. You are in your higher self. You're further out in your aura. It's okay to be there. Don't keep trying to bring yourself back in right now. You're like, this is a time to go beyond. What is my hidden treasures? Sometimes the thing that everyone else pointed out in you as the bad thing about you, this is what makes you a bad person or a horrible person or da-da-da. This is, you need to stop being that, because no one likes that about you. Reevaluate that, explore that again, because you suppressing that makes you angry at all the other people in your life, and you're resenting the people in your life. You don't want to be resenting, and that's what we're facing right now, is facing our truest of truest realities and what's important to us. And sometimes it's about what others have told us, or what we thought we should follow through family, or what my mom was like, my dad was like, or this is what our family's like, is not really what you're like. And you don't have to keep putting on the face. And I've been saying this for a while now, is that Kuan Yin back here, as she's been coming through to me, she's coming through without all of this on. She's coming without having to wear all that makeup, that look, that whole golden facade to be something powerful, being all done up and all dressed up. And it's like, when we're always trying to dress up, or we're always trying to put on that face, or we think we have to be this way, is that it's not always serving, and it's hiding a lot of ourselves. And it's like, so the way she's showing to me, she's showing me her, and I've talked about this in all of my groups I've been teaching. I'm seeing her in her long, flowy hair, and she's dressed in a normal outfit, and she's just like herself, her casually look. And she says, I'm just as powerful this way. You're just as powerful that way. So the same way, I'm picking up some dads. I'm picking up a dad in heaven. And I'm picking him up, and picking them up, or the dads, in the way of saying, and we're coming into, so we're just moving through the mother energy, which is coming through honoring the mother. And we're moving into honoring the dads into June, honoring the masculine. And what I'm getting from the dads on the other side is that they had been taught so often to be that role, to be that strong dad, and to be, that discipline, to be that discipline in the family, and to have a role as what a dad should have looked like. And what we're seeing is, we're seeing the roles of the dad change. We're taking off that face, we're peeling back, and we're being that, it's okay to be a softer dad. It's okay to be a different kind of energy, and a different kind of dad, and a different kind of role. And we're taking the action steps to make family be more of individuals, but still together. So we're not passing on the old stories. Sorry. Fighting through a really bad chest infection. So we're making it so that we can't keep telling the old stories and passing on our fears to our children and to those other generations, or trying to be the roles of the mom or the dad that we used to be. Be yourself. Let your children be themselves. Let them explore for themselves. Don't pass on those fears. Because the more that they're doing that, and the more that we're sitting in that energy, what's happening is that we're seeing more of that stifled back. And we're right now in the energy of releasing that and just letting out all the qualities of ourselves come out. So if we're doing that with ourselves, let's do that with the family. Let's do that with our children. Let's start passing that down, because we're moving into a time where knowledge is so important. Faith, faith, faith. We always have faith. Have faith in you means to grow and learn into the newest version of you, to give yourself the right to say, I'm going to discover for myself, because knowledge is going to replace fear. And when we have knowledge, we don't have the same fear, because we're not in the old belief systems. You better be afraid of this. You better be afraid of that. This is all that we're shedding right now. We're shedding so much the old. And so we're all over the place because it's exciting. It's wonderful because we're on a discovery. We're in a time of taking action, and we're discovering. And it's, the card that came out was Father. And it's like we do the healing. And when we heal us, we heal the fathers on the other side. When we heal us and when we grow, the fathers that are here see us grow, and they shine, and we shine, they shine. And it's just that whole, it's a whole improvement of relationships that come about, and a level of forgiveness that takes place within our hearts and within our souls. And then the family, and like I said, making family that individual, how important family is to us. But when we're all not trying to make each other to be carbon copies, or we're not trying to force our beliefs and our values upon the family, or how we think they should be, and letting them self-discover a little bit, watch and see the difference that it makes, and the less resistance that we have, and we don't have near as much anger. Action, action, action. We are forward going now. We're moving forward, and things are fast, and it's moving fast. Stay with it. And of course, I have my beautiful Jesus, who was a healer, who walked on earth like us, who was that very human. And how many people tried to stop him from being him, and he had to fight through that conviction and that integrity of knowing exactly who he is and what he was here for and what his purpose was. And he wasn't going to kiss ass. I won't put it in simplest modern day terms. He wasn't going to kiss ass or suck up to people to be that way. He wasn't here. He wasn't looking to be a celebrity, and he wasn't looking to be any of that. And we're not here to be a celebrity for everyone else. We're here to be a hero in our own lives. And when we're a hero in our own lives, and we do things out of integrity, and we respect and we love each other, and we have compassion and kindness, and we stop coming from a place of such judgment of ourselves and start such judgment of everyone else, watch and see how the world is about to make a change, and we're about to shed those layers so that we can be more like how Kuan Yin is showing herself to me. Let's take off all the glitter. Let's take off all that. Let's get real and raw with who we are, and let's stand up in a world of saying, let's gain the knowledge to grow forward instead of living in the fear of trying to move backwards. We're not here to go live back in the woods and hide away. We're here to shine, grow, and do it as a community, and do it together. But we can't be a community if we don't start to do the work on ourselves and shed through the angers, fears, and guilt, and the fear to be seen as ourselves. We're here to do that first. And when we do that first, we're going to move forward in a beautiful light. This is the energy we're in right now. And we're about to move into a new moon of fun, 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 fun. And to be very childlike, and to enjoy June to the fullest, and watch the beautiful things that are coming to life. The emotions that you're having, because we're having little tantrums that we've been held back in a lot of ways for a lot of years, or we've been suppressed, and now we're coming to life. Move past it, or you're giddy and that happiness is trying to ooze out of you. Let yourself be that. Whatever it may be, it's floating through. Go with the flow. Life is happening in beautiful ways. Enjoy, and know that those dads on the other side, those moms on the other side, are always watching. The ancestors, they could be our grandma or grandpas, all of those who have passed before us, who were the roles of the moms, the dad, the Mother Mary, the Jesus, all of those that take on those roles, our own moms and dads that are, over there, or the moms and dads that we have here, their moms and dads are looking down on us, saying, we are the change. It's time to be the change. Coming full circle, enjoy the journey. Look at the world with fresh new eyes. Be the owl. See clear when we open ourselves up to see the many dimensions and to see beyond. Enjoy this next week. Much love to you all, and I will see you all again soon. Bye-bye.